They say go to UK, there's work. Go to UK, there's work. Go to hey, I'm in the UK. Where's the work? I'm not subscribed to this part of Adozo. Can you people unsubscribe me because this is not what I subscribe to? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Winnie Dog back again with another video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Winifred. Welcome to Winnie Dog Live. If you're an OG, you already know you have my heart. Thank you, all my returning subscribers. I love you guys so much. So today's video is about the 22 things that I learned in 2022.
Are you playing? What type of playing is
Me,
this?
honey. Yes, I know. I'm a tad bit too late. It's March already, and I'm talking about 2022. It's been like what? 3 months now? Anywho, better late than never. I just thought like this video was quite was paramount. Yoruba people will say Oshe Patako. Oshe what? Oshe Patako that I do this kind of video because 2022 showed me shege. No, it showed me shege banza baruba. Hi. Honey. It wasn't funny. So, come on here. Been a minute I did like a proper sit down video and actually dish out my experiences because I actually felt like there was so much I learned given everything that I went through in the year 2022. So if this is something you'd be interested in, definitely stay tuned and keep on watching. I tried to write it so that my thoughts are not all over the place, no particular order. So let's get right into it. To dance in the storm is my number one here, meaning gratitude. I learned gratitude in the storm. Like, you know how scripture says in everything give thanks? Literally. You think in everything give thanks means in every good thing give thanks? No, bruv. It was in everything give thanks. And it meant even the hard times give thanks. Now listen, when I was in med school, the hard times then, like when I was in uni, is different from the hard times now. Listen, I thought I was going through stress in uni, but bruv, do you know what adulthood is, man? Nah. It's like now you see me. It was doing me. Now you see me. It shock you? It choke. I learned to keep my head up. Even though so many times I failed at that, and I would just give in and I would just break, which I think is also okay sometimes. If you feel down and you feel like crying, cry me a river, honey. But don't stay down. That's the most important thing I learned. Even when it doesn't look like there is any hope for you, you'll be shocked. You will be shocked where you find hope. So dancing in the storm is definitely something I learned in 2022. Intentional about relationships. Now I realized that if I did not take time, I would just be living in my head and forget about my surroundings. And I generally quite open to people and I'm not really secluded. I like my space, but I love to also engage and socialize with people and be with my friends and families. But I realized that even my parents, like even my siblings, my family, my very close friends, I was now having to give them times that they would call me. Hey, God. I mean, it's not like they call me every single day. But it was now like there was a thing of allocating time because I was so overwhelmed with school, with work, with what's next in life. And I just realized that if I do not put these people in my schedule, like if I do not have them intentionally that I want to call this person, I'll end up just, not calling anybody at all because it's either exhaustion or I'm doing an exams or I'm trying to get to work or I'm trying to get a job or there is always something that will take your time and keep you busy, and before you know it you've lost touch of a lot of things that's happening in the life of your friends, loved ones, just everybody through your circle, and then before you know it, and that time depression will come the enter and say I have nobody, when I like you're the one that severed this relationship. So I learned that I needed to take time to actually be intentional about my relationships so that I don't fall by the wayside. Next thing I learned is to say no with no regrets. That was hard for me. I'm still learning that, to be honest. I've not even got I am still learning to say no without feeling bad, without having a reason for saying no. Because your girl tends to be a people pleaser, so to speak, and it's hard for me to not want to do what would make the other person happy or alleviate their pain, so to speak. So I would always look for a way to go the extra mile to help somebody, but I realized that it's gonna wunjure me. One of these days is gonna wunjure me if I don't take care, which it always has in the past. But I realized that this time I cannot afford to be making mistakes. Do you understand? Before I could get injured and heal fast, but now I don't even have the time to sit and heal. I'm always on the run. So there's no time to sit and start thinking, oh, we need to heal, we need to resurrect from this, bruv. If someone hurt you, they hurt you, and you gotta move. You have keep it moving. So life is not going to ask you, oh, okay, let's give her time to heal. You've passed that stage. Now it's not the time of mistakes. So setting boundaries was something that I had to force myself to learn in 2022. Goals are good, but systems are better. Now, this is something that I've always known over the years, to be honest, and I've never. I've always been a go-getter. I want to set goals and want to achieve them. But I think last year helped me highlight that the more how important it is to set systems in place and not just have a goal, but set these mini systems in place with the goal in view. However, not focusing on the goal, but focusing on the process. So, for example, while I was doing my dissertation for my master's, I remember my preparation process. Just thinking in retrospect, the results I got at the end of the day, even though by God's grace, honestly, even though I give all credit of that to God, I believe that God also helped me bring out time, sacrificing time to go to the library. I went to the library during my master's studies. I didn't even think I was going to find time, but in preparation to my dissertation, even though I did my dissertation in about a week, less than 2 weeks, I finished my dissertation and submitted, which on a normal day is a ridiculous feat to do. But I realized that I built up with time. I had studied, I had gathered articles, I had read, gotten my understanding of the topic and made jottings here and there, and also saved links to where I was going to find relevant information. So by the time I was putting my information together, I had this already. I had a good understanding. So I realized that even more, the goal is good. The desire is to get distinction, but getting to that distinction, what systems do you put in place? So even though it was not easy to intentionally put systems, I tried to make it a subconscious thing so that in my free time or whenever I have anything business doing around my school environment, so say I went somewhere that's just 2 stops from my school, I would always take the extra time to take a train or a bus to go to school and then enter the library, find some resources. Even though I'm tired, I'm cold, I just want to go home, I just tell myself this is the opportunity to get that. So I realized that there is nothing that happens by mistake. It's God's grace and your intentionality. So if you want that big goal, you have to start with the small, minute details of it. Gratitude opens doors. Listen, I mean, you've heard this over and over again, but hey, if not for God, this UK, I know that I said it showed me shege banza baruba, but I learned a very key lesson. So I stayed with someone when I first came to the UK, and if you are familiar with the UK system and how things are in the UK, it's difficult for someone to accommodate you in their place generally, and over time, if they even did receive you, over time it becomes a burden on them, and you begin to see, you reflect, and not necessarily because they feel like you're a burden. It's just the system, the way it's configured, it just makes everybody just sufficient for their family and not able to extend hands to the other people. I remember there was a time where I'd had it, like I was like, you know what, I'm done with all of this. And how would this person treat me like this? How would I mean, like, I didn't do anything, I'm not in for this, I'm out, I'm cutting this person off and stuff. But it was my spiritual father. I had called and I ranted and complained about it, and he said something. He said, "You don't burn bridges. You don't bite hands that fed you." At a point in time, she was a savior, which is true. And right now, it's not palatable. It's not the time to throw caution to the wind and just start saying, "Oh, please, it's I have a valid reason." Even though your reasons are valid, it does not qualify. And so, in that moment, I started learning. I started exercising more gratitude. I would even when I'm not feeling like saying thank you, even I'm not, I say, "Oh, you've been the best to me." I just begin to think of all the great words and just utilize this person, and till now we have a very solid relationship. It's beautiful. I just see it every day and I'm like, wow. So like, this is me now. I'm fine, I'm okay. And I could have lost this friendship or this relationship, and I'd have been regretting it right now because this person helped me at a point, even though things went sour later, but it didn't mean that we should totally burn the bridge. So I was really, really grateful that I was able, and with that, I just kept on applying it in every aspect, because people would definitely annoy you, people would offend you, but you have to learn to forgive in advance and still be able to move ahead or move past the hurt. I think I'm emphasizing on each of the points too much, so I'm just going to try to rush it. Lego. This one is very funny. I learned that adulthood is a scam. Hear me out. Hear me. Adulthood, Yoruba. I'm not even Yoruba. Adulthood is a scam. However, listen, aging is a blessing. Bite me if you want. You're not gonna see my face. Listen, I believe that it's just like when you're playing a video game. I don't know if you've played video game before, but if you played, definitely you should have played. You played video game before, you know that there's level 1, level 2, level 1 can never be level 2, and level 2 can never be level 3. So when I see people complain that adulthood is a scam, I agree. And it can actually be a scam, because I'm like, I'm not subscribed to this part of adulthood. Can you people unsubscribe me, because this is not what I subscribe to? But understand that we're at different levels of life, and it is only paramount, it's a sign of growth that you are experiencing a certain level of challenge, because God, remember, will not give you what you cannot handle. So if you're at this stage and you're seeing it as overwhelming, hey, congratulations, you've gotten to another height. Keep it going, whether it's palatable or not. So that thing I learned in this year, I said, if the challenges have hit me like this, and is hitting, and is all this is what they call adulthood, then bring it on. With God, all things are possible. I am able to surmount this year, and I will pass it. And I'm carrying that mind again inside this new year 2023. That's how we're gonna do it. Showing up every day, you'll have no reason to regret. The future you relies on it. See the way I'm writing all this punchline. Is this me? Okay. Anyway, showing up every day, you'll have no reason to regret. The future you relies on you. Yeah. I mean, I think that says a lot for itself. There's no explanation to be done. Now is always the best time. Next one. Now is always the best time. There is no need to procrastinate. Oh, I'm too young to be doing this. Oh, I'm too old to be doing this. Oh, it's not my... Now is the best time. Oh, but what if now is the best time? Like, I have learned that over the years, actually. Last year emphasized it more. Like, do it. Even if you fail, just do it. Like, even though you feel demoralized, just do it. If you pass, uncle, if you make it, uncle, but at least you did it. Just go for it. Rejections are blessings disguised in lessons. See, this one, it came from somewhere very deep. If you know the amount of jobs I applied for, hey, They say go to UK, there's work. Go to UK, there's work. Go to hey, I'm in the UK, where's the work? Hey, it was like, hi, you write like in fact I can't count hundreds of applications. I've done applications here and there. In fact, someone will call you and tell you, oh sorry, you're overqualified. I say, what the meaning? What the meaning of that? What in the meaning? I say I look for job. Is it your qualified or is my qualified? Give me. But at the end of the day, I got to see God's hand and I was like, thank God I don't get all those other jobs. So bless God for this one. So rejections might not be pleasant, but remember that they are blessings in disguise as lessons. Every man for himself, no go dey lose guard. That one I learned it in this place because I was forced to learn it because really everybody I was Joshua Selman said something one day. He said, you see a man staring in church and you think, ah, this guy is looking at me. What's he thinking about me? My dear, it's not you that is on his mind. He has plenty things that is calculating. He might be staring that direction, but it's not you he's thinking about. And I so much agree with that because, hi, Jesus Christ. The things, many are the things that are in the hearts of a man. And man, every man is just thinking of how to get by, take care of themselves, take care of their family, or further in their career. What is the way forward? How they don't want to be left on the wayside. Everyone's just trying to figure out their life. Nobody is trying to look at you or be you or trying to take your life from you or whatever. Just focus on your journey and no go lose guards. I think that's the summary of it. Next one is dare to believe in yourself. You are a big deal. For me, I struggled a lot with imposter syndrome. I've always felt like I was less than I am. For whatever reason, I just don't like bringing myself, like, I don't want people to have an expectation. So it's that fear of, oh, I should not go and say I'm this. When it's not time to deliver this, I not deliver that. And they will not think that, I thought she said that she's this. That kind of mentality, we no pure, we no follow God way. Bringing yourself low when God has lifted you high. That is something I'm still actually learning. I'm still coming out of it, but know that you're a big deal. This is a mindset I've entered this year into with. I tell myself, Winifred, you are a big deal. You owe it to yourself to wake up and show up. That's another thing I learned, to wake up and show up. You're a big deal, so make it count. Like, make the day, believe in yourself that you're not nobody, you're not just another entity. No, you are created for a purpose that is greater than you. Hence, you need to show up so that that purpose go manifest. Period. Everyone has a skeleton. God's got you. I don't even know where this came from, but everyone has a skeleton. Relax. When you always feel like, oh, I'm the most, hey God, now me do bad pass. Oh God, I did not try, I didn't push. You'll be surprised what people struggle with. So please focus on your journey and leave what people are going through. Because I feel like I always felt it still stems from this imposter syndrome. Oh, these people, they are doing well, consistent in their spiritual life, or they are consistent in whatever aspect. And I just feel like, God, what is wrong? Why am I not being consistent? I've been thinking, no, those people too, they are struggling and they're trying to find their way. And it's a daily thing that they're trying to do. But me, I'm here thinking to myself, they've made it and they have arrived in life. Meanwhile, they are also actually just struggling. So, at the end of the day, last, in all, focus on you. Next thing I learned is your mistakes don't define you. That you are alive is a sign that you need to re-strategize. Keep it moving. Sit down and focus. Don't sulk for too long. That is quite self-explanatory. God does not lie. I wanted to bring that towards the end. So if God has said a thing concerning you, won't he do it? Won't he do it? So stay tuned and relax as the movie called your life, called my life, unfolds before your very eyes. The suspense is thrilling. Enjoy it as it goes. I think another thing I want to say is salvation is an ongoing journey. You never really graduate time for your master, for your creator. So not just the fact that I want to consciously hold on to that, but I also want to forgive myself through the process, that when I fall, I don't think I'm condemned, I'm finished. This is something that I taught so many times, like last year, every single time. Like I had a target of finishing the Bible last year, and I didn't finish it, and I kept on looking back on the fact that I set a goal and I couldn't achieve it last year. And for some reason, I don't know, when something wrong now happens, you'll be like, hey, is it because did I break that promise that I said I was going to? Listen, I know it probably sounds ridiculous, but trust me, everybody has the one thing that they do and they feel like, hey, maybe God, because of that thing that God told me to do, I did not obey. That's why God is not now giving me this thing, that this thing is not now happening well for me, or this is. I did that in last year. This year we're not doing that. So salvation is an ongoing journey. I'm constantly giving my life to Christ every day. I wake up every morning because there's new sin building up in my head. So I have to apologize for the sin in advance and ask for salvation again and get on with the day. And then the next day, say, give us this day our daily bread, Abby. So please give this daily bread to me, which is salvation of my soul. So I hope this is up to 22, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you watched till the end, take it. Just know I love you. Thank you so much. And if you've watched till this point and you're not yet subscribed, I beg you, please join the family. Support the sister. We're trying to build the system. It's been a while. I stayed this consistent, and I'm loving the consistency this year. I want to push myself. I want to be more audacious this year, and I hope you help me do that. God bless you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.